is my world.
I would pay good money, the price of a movie ticket even, to see a f***ing animated kids movie that didn't start with narration. Like, is this now a f***ing requirement? Has it always been a requirement? I don't remember Mickey coming on in the opening scenes of Steamboat Willie and explicitly introducing his universe.
This is me. I think it's apparent I need to rethink my life a little bit.
Jeremy complaining about the narration cliche.
We have these laws that are written in stone,
The stones are here to protect us.
Common law.
interpreted and enforced by the Stone Keeper.
Oh, so he's pretty much Morgan Freeman in Wanted, reading that f***ing loom of fate bull.
Like how
Firstly, pop culture reference that is nothing related to this movie cliche. And secondly, why are you comparing Common to Morgan Freeman here?
the world was created when we all fell from the butt of the great sky yak.
Good to know right off the bat that this movie will be dealing with religion and dogma in a nuanced and meaningful way.
Okay, and you literally said movies you had religion themes and or based on religious story. You sing King of Egypt, so...
Look at everybody there.
Hang on, this is a musical? Man, I know Channing Tatum doesn't have a bad voice, but I'm not looking forward to listening to anyone other than Zendaya in this cast trying to carry off an entire song.
First off, sending my personal favorite song in this movie. Secondly, as someone who saw this video already, Jeremy even complained about a Zendaya song later in this video, so why are you lying, Jeremy?
Do their part, and they do with a happy heart.
Great, now the movie's ripping off Moana's How Far I'll Go, but has none of the rebellious heart of that movie. So this sucker earns another sin. You want another one, movie? Say the word. Just say the word. Instead of going to prison, you'll come here.
Hot take, this movie is actually better than Moana, but again, why are you lying saying this movie didn't have heart? Are you telling me that since this movie isn't from Disney is inherently bad? Wait, that makes sense. Still sending you though.
Everyone, I get to do a practice gong.
But don't they believe ringing the gong is the only way for the sun to come up? F***ing practice gong would potentially shatter the space-time continuum, right?
To answer your question, yes, they do believe ringing the god causes the sun to go up, but assuming you saw this movie, Miko's dad realized he didn't need to ring the gong later in this film, so again, why are you singing this here?
No, Migo has gotten you all very anxious with his little story.
Man, this is so f***ing dismissive that it should immediately be obvious to at least some of the villagers that Stonekeeper is lying. This is like Elaine from Seinfeld asking, and pray tell, what did the doorman say? Well, the doorman certainly has a wild imagination.
I mean, yeah, but you do realize most of the Yetis at this point believe Stone Teller's lies, since most of them grew up with his lies. Are you even paying attention?
No one believes you.
We believe you.
You know, these believer assholes aren't exactly shy about their beliefs. They were actively proselytizing to the kids earlier about the existence of SmallFoot, so why haven't they been thrown out of the village like me?
Because Michi is Stone Teller's daughter. So do you really think Stone Teller will kick out his own daughter? Secondly, those are her friends, so you really think he will kick them out too?
I love my father, but he isn't exactly what you would call open to new ideas.
Dang it, Frozen Farley, that is not how air quotes work. They aren't a way of emphasizing something. They're a way to say something means something different than it does on the surface. It's called ironic sarcasm. Here's an example. This movie's gonna earn at least 10 awards for this moment alone. Because when I said awards, it really meant since. Got it now?
But Michi was using the open air quotes correctly? She literally means that Stone Teller is more old-fashioned, meaning he prefers the old way because he was likely there when the Yetis had to move to the mountains, which Michi didn't know this till much later because of Migo. You're really lying again?
Beneath the surface, find the lessons there to learn.
Jeez, lady, this is in the running to be the preachiest song of all f***ing time.
So let me get this straight. You complain about this movie being heartless compared to Moana, yet Moana with How Far I'll Go had a preachy message to it. Yet you complain about this song? You said you would only want to hear Zendaya. Make it make sense, bro.
Like Migo fell off a steep ledge or something. It was all the way down a goddamn mountain. Don't tell me that anything else in this movie is supposed to matter. Also, aren't mountains kind of mountain-shaped? How did he fall straight down for so long without hitting any sort of...
Based on Google, there are some mountains to either have little to no slope because of different factors, like, for example, erosion. So basically, this kind of mountain can happen in real life. So basically, Jeremy knows nothing about mountains.
It's at this point that Percy's singing Under Pressure, and I have to ask, how dare you, movie? Queen? You think you can just use the amazing and timeless music of Queen to hide the fact that there is barely any substance to the trite shallowness you're putting on the screen? That kind of may win Golden...
Gotta give some credit to Percy. Jeremy fails to realize, despite using a song, Percy is not only apologizing to Brenda here, but giving the audience context to why he wanted Brenda to help find the Yetis again. So this is why context matters.
Okay, hair looks good.
I'm not gonna lie, as much shit as I've given it, I was right on the verge of mildly enjoying this derivative but cheery movie. But once Percy showed up, I'm having as much fun as watching Justin Bieber featured on Carpool.
Wait, you said earlier to you this movie is heartless compared to Moana, and now you say you enjoy this movie? I respect your opinion on Percy, but you're gonna get a lot of sins for the worst hypocrisy I've noticed in all of my videos so far. So congratulations!
Wait, when did the Yetis discover fire? There was none of that in the village, right? How would he even know what wood is, considering his entire society is covered in permafrost?
Assuming like humans, and depending how long Yetis in this universe existed, who said they didn't know how fire worked? Secondly, they did use fire earlier in this film when Stone Teller was telling stories with the stones. So what is your point here?
Stars, right? So where are the clouds? You know, the omnipresent manufactured steam clouds that extend well past this mountain and have kept the belief system of the Yetis in place for centuries.
My guess is that where Migo is located is lower where the clouds are normally seen. And second of all, the scene that you're referring to is at night, and although you can see some clouds and can be seen at night, but maybe not in this universe, so Jeremy, calm down.
Mr. Gone, but the sky snail, it came up anyway.
Yeah, but there's no way this hasn't happened before, especially considering the time the sunrises would be different throughout the year, and they have no way of timing the gong perfectly. But hey, at least we get to experience Dad's extremely crucial B-plot that's exactly the same as the son's A-plot.
Jeremy, really? I already explained this to you earlier. This never happened before based on what Migo's dad was saying here, and here's the scene where you said that all the Yetis believed Stone Teller when Migo's dad realized that Migo was being truthful.
Yetis aren't completely stupid, but the village is still super f***ing primitive. I mean, they travel by sticking their hands to a goddamn ice block. So who built this incredibly sophisticated system of chamber transportation? And if the Stone Keeper's the only one that uses it, why is it this f***ing big?
You know that Stone Teller most likely built it, or if not, whoever the Stone Teller was before him likely did it. Secondly, assuming like in real life presidents, you never heard of a bunker? You said in Trolls when Branch had a bunker, so really?
He wants to take my home away because of something called a variable interest rate?
I mean, anyone could have been the Smallfoot, and this movie would have been at least 90% more interesting. How about Brenda? Why couldn't she have?
Because the main reason why Percy was here is because he wanted to fix the show ratings, and you dead-ass sin the song Percy's Pressure that basically explained that. Did you forget already?
What?
I know, right? How the did she get all the way to Kathmandu without anyone seeing you?
Maybe because Michi, despite never being down here earlier, is more or less being the more agile one compared to Migo, and likely is able to move quicker and quietly than most of her friends that are down here at the moment.
Love that little guy. I love you guys too.
Don't do drugs, kids. Even if they make it look like you'd have a bitchin' time on them, just like me.
Technically, he wasn't even on drugs here. He was just shot with a dart, and it's gonna wear off in a short amount of time. Wait, I thought he told you not to do drugs on the last video, so what the heck, Jeremy?
Since Kendall Jenner used a can of Pepsi to unite us all, has a police force so completely and easily converted to peace. Also, you could just tell everyone what the deal is, to fully contextualize the arrival of the Yeti and allay any concerns, right? Use your words, Percy. Use your words!
Ever heard of the saying of show don't tell? Also pretty sure he did explain it, but wasn't shown at this point. So what's the issue, Jeremy? Alright everyone, the total amount of sins is 1,500, and the closing statement is give context. Thank you for watching.